Excellencies, distinguished guests, young innovators, partners, and friends, I'm really happy that you chose to be here today, and I'm very happy that UNFPA is able to co-host this event together with the governments of Luxembourg, Finland, and the Lao People's Democratic Republic, and we are also extremely appreciative of the cooperation from Rwanda and Denmark as we explore how to move forward on this topic of equalizing opportunities and making that SDG 5 come to life. So it's been your support, certainly your political support, your financial support, and your ideas that has been crucial as we recover from a pandemic. As we continue actually with the HIV pandemic, which has not yet ended, and as we think about the economic situations and so much else that's been brought to the fore, how are we going to build back better? How are we going to build forward smarter? To do this, of course, we agree that we have to think innovatively. We have to look at the experience of the past 2 years, including the conflict situation, and to say that what we need is business unusual, because business as usual, with all those built-in inequalities, is not helping us. Now, when I say business unusual, we need innovation to explore how are we going to dismantle these systemic barriers that have been there since time immemorial, but that need to change. In the perception of UNFPA, the barriers to voluntary contraception, to safe abortion, to other protective sexual and reproductive health services have to be confronted because it's a matter of life and death for the women and girls who are better than half of the world population, which, as we announced on Monday, will reach a total of 8 billion before the end of this year, 2022. So business unusual is what we need to assure that women are not going to continue to needlessly die in childbirth. Of the 800 women that will die by the end of today, the vast preponderance of this is preventable. So why can't a woman get to the hospital on time? Why can't a girl avoid pregnancy before her body and her mind are ready? So that local midwife, that teacher who is willing to talk about comprehensive sexuality education in a culturally sensitive way is helping to put a definitive end to these conditions that we actually have in our power to do something about. Business unusual, and here we need everyone, is what we need to put an end to another pandemic of gender-based violence, women being harmed, right, by so many dynamics that work against them, including being stalked online, which is a reality for so many thousands of women. So as we launch the Equalizer, our Innovation Accelerator Fund, it is in the insistence that business unusual will turn the tide, will fast-track efforts to safeguard the rights, the human rights, to health and life of women and girls globally. And as this Equalizer Fund provides new funding and practical support for entrepreneurs who have promising innovation and ideas, our thought is we've got to scale up. If we do for 10, it should be for 1,000. If it's for 10,000, why not 1 million? If it's going to end the crisis that we're facing. So we're looking at innovation for impact. And we've already selected 10 entrepreneurs to receive seed funding for their projects, as well as mentorship from UNFPA, working in concert with other United Nations agencies. And this Equalizer Fund, it's an accelerator that's possible thanks to Luxembourg, Finland, and Denmark. Now, let me close by mentioning that partnership is really crucial for business unusual. I think that's been reflected in everything that's been said. Partnership for resources, but also for knowledge, also for expertise. and also for allowing young people to take their rightful place and lead this discussion. When we talk about fertility, this is a domain where young people's voice is not only needed at the table, but their leadership is needed. And it's going to take young people to help all of us stabilize this proposition of mobilizing transformative change. So whether you're government or the private sector or the development partner or civil society or a multilateral agency, we're all interconnected across those 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and we live in a world that is yearning for innovative solutions that are going to protect women and girls in every village, every town, every island of this world. Why is it that contraception for 100 years, we didn't have anything new? Now we're looking to male hormonal methods, we're looking to microbicidal methods, and we've got to accelerate that understanding that women and men together make for fertility. So while we must focus on women and girls, I want guys to step up and to be part of the solution. What about solutions to prevent death in childbirth? Every woman who needs a midwife should have access. And I've lent my voice to the midwifery movement to say, double the number of midwives. We need 1 million more, and let's make that happen. Menstrual health is another challenge because period poverty is preventing girls from learning. So we want to make sure that we allow innovation, including behavioral innovation, so we can talk about menstruation without shame and without stigma, right? And I've already said shifting the violence mindset is all of our business unusual, and that means that culture has to evolve. It's not static, and we sway those hearts and minds. And we make sure that violence is never the answer because you're bigger or mightier. And hopefully that will spill over into peace in this world. That is the noble purpose of the United Nations, after all. It was Mae Jemison, Dr. Mae Jemison, the astronaut, who said, "The future never just happened, it was created." So thank you for being part of that co-creation, for that future of infinite possibility for women and for girls. Thank you very much.